land. Late one night, when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from its slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It was all in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From a laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They did
smash.
the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included the Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking while we're digging the sounds. Igor on chains backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive when the vocal group, the Crypt Kicker
They
Five,
played the mash.
they played the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash.
It caught on in a
They
flash.
played the mash.
They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drax's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster mash.
The monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's
smash.
now the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool. Drax a part of the band. And my monster mash, a hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, just tell them boys sent you.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
Then
smash.
you can mash.
You'll catch on in a flash.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash.
Monster mash. Monster mash.
Get back now. Back there.
Monster mash. Monster mash.
Na 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 na. 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 Na 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 na.
They're creepy and they're cranky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together lucky, the Addams Family. Their houses are a museum, where people come to see them. They really are a museum, the Addams Family.
Na 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 na.
Neat,
Na 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 na.
sweet,
Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
petite.
So get a wish and show one, a broomstick you can roll one. We're gonna play a cool one, the Addams Family.
I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do. I ain't lying. It's been 300 years, right down to the day. Now this bitch is back, and there's hell to pay. I put a spell on you, and now Hello, Salem. My name's Garrett. What's yours? I put a spell on you, and now you're gone. So long, my life fell on you, and it was
Good evening, everyone, and welcome in to round 8 of 12 or 14. 14, my mistake. 14 of AEC. I am here to bring you the action tonight. It should be a good race. Monza, the Temple of Speed, as it is known, can produce very good races. I enjoyed a track when I used to race. It was a very enjoyable track. I hope today we have a good race. Let's get the old standings up and you can see how close it actually is, because it is very close at the top now. After FG have given up the lead. They did give up the lead. They're still very much in the race. But quick check of the old standings for you, everyone. And there you go. We'll just hang on, get rid of the drivers for now. Focus on the team standings for the minute. Team standings, there you go. TTM. They've had 3 very good weeks there, back to back. Even Australia in round 3 got a 1-2 in that. Last week they also got a 1-2, and Mr. Rapid didn't fancy making me happy in pitting. To get the fastest lap point as well. But you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. FG are in P2. They have got 8 points, and then there is a little bit of a gap to AERT in 3rd, and then there is a bigger gap to BRT Bunga, who got 1 point last week, 2 points in Austria as well. They are in P4. Then it's SLR, who are the reigning champions. AMS, who have had a couple of good weeks themselves. They found themselves in P6. IART, who scored 0 points. CRE, who also scored 0 points last week. And then you've got IFE and LMFJ rounding us off there at the back of the standings. Quick old look at the drivers, driver standings. DZ finds himself currently leading the way. He is not racing today. Mr. Bimidzi and Cavius is racing. Mr. Exotic Plains is racing, so he can definitely go top of the leaderboard today. Welsh Jack is also racing. I don't believe Zinks is. Ham might be Turner. So yeah, Exotic can definitely get himself at the top of the leaderboard today. Let's just check on everyone. Make sure everything's okay. People can ready up now. Just making sure everyone can hear me. I am concerned no one can hear me. Testing, testing. Am I as loud and clear as Gemma Collins? That is what I want to know. Testing, testing. Yes, perfect. Perfect. So drivers are going to start ready up in a sec. We've got some stats to look at. I know everyone loves a good old statistic page. No, we don't. I tell a lie. I tell a lie. We don't. Last season's results we have. Firmsy won the race last time. SLR and then FRT. Who, out of that, who is racing tonight? There might not be any of them. SLR Jam. No. Stanners? Is Stanners racing tonight? No. We generally might not have anyone who raced last season racing tonight. Lighty is. I see Lighty is there. He got P17. Tez, I'm going to go solo for tonight, mate, but you're more than welcome to up in next week, because I'm not here next week. Or the week, which is it, week 8 or week 9? It's one of them. You can go solo, mate, or get yourself in. I kept putting pings out. Now, this isn't just aimed at you. This is aimed at everyone in the comms chat. At the start of the week, I'll stick a little announcement out of commentators who's available. Like Loveland was meant to be in for this week for TRS. He just didn't reply. So I went, fuck it. Joseph, choose who you want to go. So if you reply in the time window, I fucking love you on comps, mate. Nah, it's all good, Tez. It's all good. It's not just you, lad. It's not just you. At all. So don't worry about that. Right, people are starting to ready up here. So let's get themselves into the lobby. While we're waiting. Everyone is useless. I've also just been dashboarded, so I need to get myself back in. So that is last season's results. Go back onto standings while we're here. It looked like dry quali from my first look, anyway. It did look like dry quali. So TTM FGE, who is going to come out on top tonight? You'd expect it to be very close. Whoever's going to get it. But people are now in the lobby, so I'm going to get myself back in, and then we can go from there. What's everyone's predictions? Who's holding the world records today? I don't even check the world records anymore. Don't sleep on us. I'm not going to sleep on anyone. Why is this price? Right, Bryn. Is he racing today? I'm useless. Right, we're back in. He is racing today. So AERT, I think you're only like 40 odd points behind, aren't you? I think you're about 40 odd points behind, so it's not too bad. You can defo claw that back, hoping for an AMS masterclass. Now, we need to keep an eye on Tradium because apparently he's the world record holder. So defo eyes in the skies for him. Driver starting to start laps now, Mr. Ched. Mr. BRT Ched. Bunga doing very well in TRS, I must say. Very well indeed. Probably better than they expected. But they have got some lovely teamwork going down here. Mr. Ched and Radius probably could have been a little bit better. But anyway, Ched is going to benefit from the tow, and it's a 25.9 opening first sector. We'll click on board with Annex, because he's also coming up to it, and he is 3/10 down on what Ched set in sector 1. So go back on board with Ched here as he comes out of Lesmo 2, almost slides out, but he keeps it there. Drive at an 18.1. That means absolutely nothing to me, that. But anyway, it looks like the McLarens are getting very close to each other. A bit of teamwork going down there at SLR. So, not SLR. Yeah, it is SLR. Wait. I thought Welsh Jack was it. Oh, it's Medal. Medal's confused me. It's Medal confused me. Medal's FG, that's why. Ignore me. He's confused me with his fucking gamer tag. Anyway, Ched comes out of Parabolica, slides through it. It's an 18.8. That will definitely get beaten by someone. Mr. Olaf goes through Ascari very tidy. Doesn't take any risks through there. Exotic Planes has got a chance tonight to go top of the driver standings. Yeah, it is, Tez. But it's very confusing when Mr. Medal has got the SLR gamer tag. That should be banned, that should be. That shouldn't be allowed. We've got 3 SLR gamer tags in the lobby. Oh, Mr. Torpin, that's an invalidation, son. Mr. Ched P2, Annex goes top. Radius is surely going to get a tow from his teammate, which I believe he did. So Radius, then purple sector 1 for him. BRT want to try and gain the gap here on AERT and maybe try and get closer to TTM and FG, but it suggests at the moment the battle for the championship is between TTM and FG, but anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen. Hold up, IFE are using PC. Oh, they are. They are, yeah. They are. Yeah, party, that's correct, yeah. Yeah. Why? I told him he can leave. If he wants, you know, I'd prefer it if he just left. But obviously, it's up to him. It's a console tournament. How many times? Anyway, Mr. Torpen. He is on... Good spot, that. Who spotted that? Grumpy spotted that. I wouldn't have even seen that, you know. I don't think I'd have spotted that. Trade, 18.4. Topples everyone there. Welsh Jack is on an in-lap. You got me, Minty, also on an in-lap. I think that's everyone on in-laps now. Maybe Lewis at the back here. Yeah, you may as well just leave that PT fella. Anyway, I mean, he should leave because he's going to get this. I know he is, but like it would make sense, but he's not going to. I don't think. If he causes incidents for you all, I'm sorry. We're not. I don't think we're going to restart it because it's their fault. If that makes sense. Like obviously, I probably should have seen it at the start. That's maybe my bad, but it's IFE's fault. You know what I mean? Like they're going to get punished. Like, it'll be them getting. You know. I don't think we should restart. I'm not going to restart it. It is what it is. Hopefully he leaves, and then, you know, you can go from there. So Mr. Lewis goes into P17, and that is it for the first lot of runs, it looks like. Tell me if he replies. Apparently he's top, that Annex fella's top 100 on PC. Flipping heck. Nah, I'm not going to call a restart. I'm not going to call it. Hopefully that he leaves. Hopefully he leaves. If he comes back out the pits, then we might have problems. But he's been informed. He's replied, so he knows that he shouldn't be here. He's replied to me message, so if he comes back out, then we'll have problems, basically. So he best not come out, basically, otherwise we will have problems. Partick, he's replied to you as well. He's retired from the session, and is he going to leave? It would be very nice if he did. IFE. They're going to be in the fucking steward's room, let me tell you. But then again, he has left, so... Well, he's retired anyway. His AI car will be hanging around a bit. But it shouldn't be too bad. AEC Drive. Got a set time, currently P18. Partick is in the chat. Oh, he's got to navigate his way through a bit of traffic there. Mr. Drive enters Ascari. Annex has left the session, so I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Not his fault. It's not his fault at all. It's the manager's fault. For submitting him. Anyway, Drive is on his way to the line, and he goes into P2. Very good lap there. Into P2 he goes. Even though he had to navigate his way through a little bit of traffic. Good lap there. So, BRT, are they going to get a nice little tow? I believe they are. Radius has slowed right down here. And is going to be helping out Ched. So, Ched on the back of Radius now. There they go then, round the curve of Grande. Ched, once again, gets a nice tow there. Could be a little bit longer, but not too bad. Ched up in his time, half a tenth up in his time. Now on his way to Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. The McLarens also of Welsh Jack getting a nice tow from his teammate Medal as Cavius goes on pole position with an 18.3 back on board with Ched. still half a tenth up on his time, is going to be entering sector 3 very soon. So we'll keep an eye on Ched's time as he comes to it now on the run down to Ascari, and he is a tenth up on his time. That will put him possibly top 6. Keeps it steady through there. He did have a shaky Ascari on his last run, but that was very nice indeed. So Ched is probably about 3 or 4 tenths up on his time here. He also bollocked Parabolica. So let's see if he nails this, and he's gone wide a little bit. He's going to have a nice exit though, but Ched on his way to the line, possibly P3 here. Let's see where he goes. Oh, it's pole. What do I know? Mr. Ched has gone on provisional pole with an 18.3. Back on board with Welsh Jack. He is invalidated. Well, he's on an in lap, so that's the end of his lap. You've got a Leicester fan. Bloody hell. You don't see many of them knocking around, do you? Unless you're Joseph and you start supporting them after they won the Prem. Welsh Jack going to go again, it looks like. Or is he going to be helping out Medal? I think he's going to be helping out Medal here. So TTM currently sat in P2 and P7. FG currently sat in P6 and P6. Ooh! Who's that cutting corners then? That Alpine? Give him a backhand, mate. Give him a backhand. Anyway, Medal getting some lovely teamwork down here at FG. Is a longer toe than what BRT did. Well, pretty similar to be honest. Anyway, Medal is a 10th up on his time after Sector 1. So Medal keeps it very tidy through there. A wheel in the gravel. He goes on his way now to Lesmo 1. Needs to keep it tidy through here. Doesn't want to invalidate on the exit. Doesn't invalidate on the exit. On his way to Lesmo 2 now. Almost invalidate. Doesn't. And Medal now on the run down to Ascari. You can see in unison the FG drivers in the McLaren car. DRS wide open. You can see his rear flap wide open on his way to Ascari. And he is nearly 3 tenths up on his time. Don't really know what that means because he set a 19.3. But you'd expect him to be right up there come the end of his lap. Radius goes into P4. BRT currently sat in P1 and P4. TTM currently sat in 2 and 8. B Midzi also on a lap. We'll keep an eye on him. Now, and he's also on to Lesmo 1. So Medal then, currently sat in P18, 19.3. He's surely going to beat it. Does beat it slightly. P15 for him. So not the greatest lap overall. So back on board with Mr. B Midzi because his teammate is currently sat in P2 and he's down this time after Sector 1. So Midzi then maybe backing out of his lap, or is he going to continue? He's going to continue, but he's down in his time here. Through Ascari he goes. He's probably going to run out of ERS come the end of his lap here. But Mr. B Midzi on his way down to Parabolica. You've got the Red Bulls of AERT. Looks like they've been helping one another out. That's Trady. So we'll keep an eye on him. But B Midzi now on the exit of Parabolica. You've got Trady entering Parabolica, and he's on a good lap. So back on board with B Midzi, comes into the pits. Back on board with Trady. Can he get near Ched's time of an 18.3? I think he is. He's going to smash it. Does smash it. 18.2 for Mr. Trady. So Mr. Trady is currently sat on pole position. It's an 18.2 for him. You've got Medal also. He's on an in-lap. You've got Elite is in-lap as well. Radius in-laps, and no one on laps here. So we can have a minute to calm our tits a minute. That's what we want to see. Calm them titties, Oakley. Right then. 4 minutes to go of the session. I've lost my water bottle. Where's my water bottle gone? How the fuck is this? Fury Lover Huey in T1. Everyone loves Fury. I've got a Tyson Fury scarf above me bed. I'm not even joking, I actually do. Mr. Trady. Is he on a lap here or is he in an in-lap? It's an in-lap, isn't it? Everyone loves Tyson Fury. Not Tommy Fury, he can fuck off. Right, I need to come find my water bottle. I'll be back in 1 minute. No one's on a lap. I mean fairies as in the people that dress as animals. Yeah, I knew that. And I knew that's what you're talking about. Back in a minute. I found my water bottle. Wasn't too far away. I know who the fairies are. The people who dress as dogs and like with leads and all that. Yeah. Dickhead Timmy Nips. Nah, Timmy Nips is alright. Timmy Nips, Timmy Nops. So then, who is going to get pole? It is close at the top between KVS, Ched and Trady. Ched, he seems like the new Ryan. Like, he seems to be decent quality, but doesn't seem to back it up in the race. Well, I say that, he usually just disconnects, doesn't he? I think he's disconnected in the past 2 ones. Cavis. Is it not Cavius? I kept calling him Cavius. Just say Cavis. Okay, sorry. Anyway, Cavius is on a lap. He's going to get a nice tow as well from B Midzi. All the way around the Curva Grande. And this is what you like to see. This is a proper tow. Look at him carry it on. Look at that. That's an extended tow. That is tow extensions. If I've seen one. Absolutely nails it through there now. Mr. Cavis. I've been told to say it correctly. And there you go. Keeps it very tidy on his lap so far. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. He has got the FG boys of Welsh Jack, who's a 10th up in his time. But he should be out the way by the time he gets to him. Anyway, Cavis has to move out the way there of a Haas. Not sure what, it would have been Lighty. So through he goes now, through Ascari, keeps it very tidy. He's down on his time now. Welsh Jack is on his lap as well, but keep an eye on Cavis. Go back on board with Welsh Jack because he's going to finish his lap next. So Welsh Jack currently sat at P7, currently sat 8 points behind TTM in the championship as well, and he goes into P4. Back on board with Cavis though, he's down on his time after sector 2, stays in P3, he's backed out of his lap. He is backed out of his lap, it looks like there. So even though he got an extended tow, it is not going to help him. What has happened to B Midzi? B Midzi might have span it on his outlap there. I think he did. That's why Cavis is going so slow on the straight. Because he's waiting for him. I don't... Yeah, B Midzi, he span it on the straight, on his outlap. Maybe he was trying to get tyre temps up, or maybe it wasn't intentional. Oh, he's finished his lap! Oh, B Midzi's had a fucking nightmare! He's missed the start! Oh dear. Oh, he span it on his outlap and he's not going to make it to the line. Anyway, Trady has got a nice tow there. Down this time after sector 1 there. There's an Alpine off the track there. There's also a Bunga. So Trady, through Lesmo 1 he goes. He's currently sat on pole. Ched, that's the end of his lap. Cavis is obviously done. Welsh Jack is obviously done. Driver's into the pits. Radius is up on his time after sector 2, but it's going to need more than that to catch up to Trady. I think this is Trady's pole position, lads, to be honest. He's up on his time as well after sector 2. He might be able to get himself into the 18.1s. Apparently he is the world record holder as well. Radius coming around Parabolica now, so we'll keep an eye on him. But Trady is the driver to be watching because he is the driver that is probably going to improve in his time and go pole. But Radius goes into P2. Very good times there for Bunga. P2 and P3. Trady though, about to stick it on pole position and with an 18.1. He absolutely does so. 18.1 for him, 18.3s for the Bunga boys. TTM will start P4 and P12 after B Midzi has a bit of a nightmare in quali there. We're spinning it on his outlap. FG will start P5 and P11. So look at that. TTM right next to each other. FG and it. Oh, that best not be a grip pen. That best not be a grip pen, son. If that's a grip pen, I'm going to cry. It's not a grip pen. It's not a grip pen. Right then. That is entertaining. Bunga in a very good position there. Nine-tenths of a second separating AERT there. Surprising. Who are we waiting on here? Cavers. I'm waiting on Cavers. Stop sucking. Yeah, but that's the thing, Oakley. I've got to, otherwise I get shouted at that I don't. Do you know how hard it is to be neutral without sounding like you're being biased? It's literally the hardest thing ever. It's unreal. When you've got no association to any team, trying to keep it down the middle is the hardest thing ever. I try my best. To be fair though, when it's like this, when it's TTM and FGE, in the back of my head, like, I don't support any teams, but I kind of want AERT or Bunga to have a good race just to make it tighter. Do you know what I mean? I know that probably doesn't make sense. Yeah, you do, Partick. Good luck with that. Like last week when TTM like had a good race, I was like, yes, good, because it makes the championship tighter. So, in an ideal world for me, as a commentator and as a viewer, I want Bunga and ART to have a good race today. But that's just the neutral view on it. That's of a close championship point of view. No associations with any team. Right, I'm glad that's cleared up. Come on, Bunga! Come on, lads. I'm joking. Right, we'll be back in a minute. Ready up at 27. Back in a minute. Right then, boys. People will be readying up soon, so I'm back. I hope you're all okay. It is a dry race from what I can see. Yeah, Partick, it's not great. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not ideal. Right then. Let's get racing. Let's get racing. Who's going to win the race? I think Trady's probably your favourite, isn't he? I mean, he is on pole position, so... It's not the biggest gas in the world that he's going to win the race. So people can ready up now, and then we'll get on the way. Midzy podium incoming. You'll need a good recovery drive, Oaks. You would need a good recovery drive. It's a tough track to overtake when everyone's dead close to one another. You can get it's a bit like Silverstone when you're just getting a big train. It can happen round here. Because there's not many slow speed corners. And that's usually where people will send it up the inside and stuff. Maybe turn one you can send a bit of a dive up the inside, but... Here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away on racing. Trady's on pole. Radius has got a good start though. And Radius is already past Trady on the inside. He goes. Ched also right behind Radius here. There's absolute carnage at the back of the grid. I've missed it all, but it's absolute carnage with a capital car. Jesus Christ, there's driver sideways. I think Drive has been involved in it anyway. Trady's got himself back into P1. Yeah, Mr. Driver's down 14 positions. You've got Olaf down 4. You've got B Midsy's down 5 as well. Welsh Jack's down 10 positions. The front 4 have all stayed together. There's a yellow flag at the back of the grid, and that is Drive has gone off. Oh my God. All 3 drivers all 3 tyres have been used tonight at the start of the race, which is interesting. The Leicester City fan on the soft tyre. Interesting that he's gone for what is going on at the back here. Mr. Welsh Jack and ART Jacob. Welsh Jack's gone off, comes back on. Bloody hell. It's absolute carnage, this. Welsh Jack might have a bit of damage. What? What the bloody hell's going on here? I swear there was a Ferrari in the wall then. Maybe I'm seeing things. Right then. Let's calm this down a little bit, lads. Let's calm this down. Lighty's been passed by Exotic. Exotic Planes. Where did he start? He's already up 7 positions. There's Mr. Exotic. Torpin and Alfie Torpin around the outside. Very good move there. Radius as well. Radius does not want to go for a move there. Not touch his ARS at all, to be fair. Fair play for him. Yeah, so people have come into the pits. Welsh Jack's come in, Midsy's came in, Ham and Drive all into the pits on lap 1. Very unfortunate for them. Bunga though currently sat P2 and P3. ART leading the way, but how long are they going to be leading the way? Because Radius here, surely not going to go for it on the run down to Ascari. Thinks better of it and stays behind him for a little bit longer. But yeah, Radius here is looking pretty speedy. There's a yellow flag. Oh, the Leicester fan. Joseph's mate has gone round. Oh, God. Oh, dear. It's a VSC. It looks like Joseph's mate has gone off here. And he is going to come into the pits. Who killed Jack? I don't know who killed him, but there was carnage. I think it was Drive who was sideways across the track at one point. Right, Joseph's mate is in. And it is still a VSC. He will be known as Joseph's mate, Trezzy. Anyway, the VSC has ended and Radius is still in P2. Trady leading the way. So far, so clean at the top of the grid. Midsy's coming into pit again. Welsh Jack is also coming into pit again. They're both getting wing changes. Again? Oh, they never changed the wing. They both pit on lap 1 and it never changed the wing. Oh dear. Oh dear. So Welsh Jack and Midsy, they're close to getting lapped. Jesus. So here we go then. The lead is going to change here, you'd expect. Radius goes up the inside here of Trady and the lead has indeed changed. It is now a Bunga sandwich for Trady. Trady's trying to go for this though. He's not giving this up easy and I respect it. I do. He's got the old elbows out. He is not giving this up easy. He is still not giving up. They're going side by side here. Mr. Ched has got a great view of this one. And Ched slipstreaming and Trady stays ahead. Very good racing there. Trady was like, mate, you are not having that position. He did, Dams, he did. Credit where credit's due, mate. He did leave. Just making sure he did leave. Yeah, he did. He didn't know. That it's not his fault. It is not his fault. Oh, it's yellow! Elite's out! That's a safety car. It is a safety car. And that brings everyone straight back in it. Welsh Jack and Midzi are back in the race. And Midzi's thinking about pitting. And he doesn't pit. He was thinking about it then. So it doesn't change anything at the top because it was very close anyway. The only thing that means that Kuika could probably come in for the hard tyre. He could possibly come in for hards here. And I think he is going to. Torpen has come in. There's quite a lot of people coming, to be fair. Back on board with Quaker. Oh, it's the mediums. Well, I don't know why he's done that then. Yeah, it's not really changed anything, to be honest, at the top. It just brings Welsh Jack and Midzi back in the race. Because they would have been lucky to get a point if the safety car didn't come out. So they are back in the race there. Mr. Driver's into the pits. He's coming in for the hard tyre. He is the only driver who's on the hards now to the end. No one else who's on the hards can go to the end on them. Keep an eye on Drive, lads. Keep an eye on him. Come the end of the race. It is probably going to do another lap here, I'd assume. And it is going to do another lap. Because Midzi is miles behind. It did look like Drive was parked sideways across the track, Harrison. I didn't see it, but I saw him sideways. That was it. So no one is going to come into the pits here. Annex is a bit of a problem. But we weren't going to restart it for him. Oh, that was me drinking. Midzi will definitely be able to catch up by the end of this lap for the safety car. He might burn his tyres out a little bit though. AMS Drive getting paid off here by Bunga to slow down Midzi. Well, safety car will come in this lap. See now, lads, I don't know why he's coming to pit now. How many pits has he done? We're only on lap, what? Lap 5. He's already on 3 stops. He's almost done more stops than laps. It's not even possible. If the safety car comes in now, he's fucked, by the way. Surely it comes in this lap. Surely. Looks like it's staying out, lads. It looks like it's staying out because Midzi is nowhere near them. Interesting. Is it me, lads, or is the safety car's boot open? The safety car's got his boot open, everyone. Excuse me, mate. Oh no, he hasn't. It looks like he has. Drive it! Oh, mate, if this safety car doesn't come in now, drive, you are getting a swift backhand. Right. Safety car will be coming in this lap, so I need to get the overlay ready. Trezzy, in the modern day world, I would like you to refrain from using the R word, and you can have any other word you want, mate. Any other words you can have. Let's not use that one, preferably. Thank you. Politically correct. Easy for me to say. Right. The safety car is coming in. Midzi and Drive have eventually caught up to the safety car. Let's see how this goes. Safety car is on his way to the pits. And Frady leaves us away. Battle of strategy in play here. Battle of strategy. Because without a safety car now, everyone who's on these hard tyres is going to have to work their way right through the field. And it is going to be bloody interesting. Look at them weaving left and right, left and right. I've seen more weaving at Knitting Club. Right then, they're going to go 3 wide. No, they're not. Yes, they are. Down the inside, Cavis goes off Ched. Cavis going for a switch back into turn 1, turn 2. You don't always see that. Anyway, looks like Plains has got himself ahead of Medal. Annex, the AI car, is dropping down a bit. Olaf trying it around the outside. You've got Ched and Radius getting close to one another. This is what you want to see though, lads. Close racing. Oh, the inside Torpen goes. What a beautiful overtake that was. How's Midzi getting on at the back? He is struggling at the moment. Lighty and Olaf going wheel to wheel through. Oh, this is a yellow flag written all over it. Almost a yellow flag. You've got Medal and Torpen wheel to wheel. You've got Jacob and Olaf wheel to wheel as well. Olaf wants the position back. Oh, not into Ascari. Not into Ascari. He thinks better of it. Thank goodness for that, because that was going to be a yellow flag. DNF written all over it. So, Mr. Quicker. What wings is he running? Jesus Christ. Mr. Quicker. I think he's running 0-0, lads. Look at the straight line speed on the fella. Whoa. Like a fucking rocket ship. Fucking wow. Down the inside Quicker goes, and he's into P8 now. Fair play to him. Joseph's mate is losing a few positions. Yo! Lagging now. Lagging hell. I'm just going to keep an eye on Joseph's mate's internet, because that was scary. Oh, he's lagging everywhere! He's like a fucking hoverboard. There's no way Midge getting past him because his car's about 5 metres wide. Oh, hey. Good luck with that, Midge, mate. We'll come back to you in a minute. Good luck with that. Alfie, ERS, 62. Good luck with that, Midge. Jesus. Rather you than me, mate. Oh, he's... Mate. Was he in a wall length for a second? Tell me he was not. He was in a wall length for... He was. Tell me he wasn't in a wall length for a second. Because he was. Oh! Oh! He is in a wall now. He is now. Jesus Christ, he's lagging all over the gaff. Oh, and he's retired from the session. Oh, there's collisions at the back. Sam, Drive. Looks like Drive. Something's happened to him. Yellow flags, but that is Laggy McGee lagging all over the place. Crikey. That was scary, that. Let me tell you. So, let's get back into the racing. So far, T-Team and FG are not having the strongest of races. It'll be Bunga who's having the best race so far. AERT, you could argue, we're also having a good race. P1 and P8. And Exotic Plains is now on the back of a few medium runners as Olaf and Welsh Jack switch positions. And that puts a bit of a gap now between Welsh Jack and Midzi. Midzi will be trying... He's used all his ERS, to be fair. But he's going to be trying to catch up to Olaf if he can. So here we go then. Radius. This should be an easy overtake for him. And it is an easy overtake if he turns his ERS on. Ched is also wanting a bit of the action here. Cheddy boy. A bit of the old cheddar. Down the outside he goes. Trade's got the inside line, but Ched will have the inside lane. And it looks like Bunga are going to have a 1-2. But are they going to have a 1-2? The answer is no, they're not. Because Mr. Ched has been passed by Trady. And Trady going to go round the outside of Radius. Around the Cave at Grande. Absolutely lovely jubbly. How do you like your apples? Trady likes them like that. Mr. Lewis has retired. He's crashed out. And that could be another safety car, everyone. And it is not another safety car because he's retired on track. Like an absolute lemon. That's what he's done there. Deary me. Trady does not want to give up this P1 position, by the way. He doesn't want to give it up, and he's not getting past. And it is very close here at the top here. Mint bit of racing to be Mr. Worldwide. Is that the XXPG fella? Mr. Worldwide. I remember that gamer tag somewhere. Ched has been passed by Torpen. Torpen up into P3. Oh, he has a bit of a bad exit. Ched has to go around the outside to overtake him. That might be an illegal one, but it's not going to be because he gives it back. Radius, though. And Trady. Trady is surely going to back out with this one, and he does. So Trady's into P2. You've got Queeker. The rocket ship, Mr. Queeker's up into P3. He misses the... Where's he gone, mate? He's ended up in San Marino. He forgot there was a corner. He's ended up in San Marino. And that is is Queeker down to P10. He was in P3 there for a second. Poor guy. He missed his braking point by a lot, Joe. By a lot. Yeah, that wasn't great. That wasn't great. So, lap 12 of 27. It is BRT did have a 2-3. They've now got a 1-4. And Trady and Radius putting on a show at the moment. Torpen now on these mediums. Radius and Trady still have to pit, by the way. So do Ched and Cavis. IRT could be in a good position here. They're currently net P2 and P3. Apparently mediums won't make it as Lighty goes off the track there. So back on board with Trady. Ched has left the session. Oh no, not Ched and his internet. Let me try and get him in. I'm sorry you're missing the racing, but I'll get shouted at if I don't invite him. I've invited him. Trady is back into P1. Ched is going to drop loads of positions here. Worldwide, I've called him Trady for ages. He's never had any complaints. So I'm going to continue until he messages me otherwise. Basically. Yeah, Ched is dropping down the order massively here. And it's been a common occurrence with Ched, this, to be honest. I think this is his third race in a row that this has happened to him. He is back in, though. It is unfortunate, but yeah, it's a common occurrence with Ched at the moment. Oof, Radius sliding through a scary chicane. But he is on the back here of Trixty. I'm not calling him that unless he tells me to. It'll be Trady unless otherwise informed by himself. So people are pitting. No, they're not. Torpen now gets a great exit here. Look at Torpen go. An absolute torpedo. Slides his way in between Radius and Mr. Trady like he's not even there. Fair play to Mr. Torpen. The absolute torpedo. Into P1 he goes. Fair play. Looks like Welsh Jack has got a bit of company here from AMS Alfie and AMS Drive. AMS got Welsh Jack boxed in here like a box of eggs. And Welsh Jack does not want to crack these eggs, and he doesn't. He backs out of it. So Ched is into the pits. Annex, oh, he's not even here, so he's in the pits. Back on board with the leaders. This has been good racing. Do you know what, Worldwide? We've not had many incidents here. And maybe lap 1, but apart from that, we've not had many. I think lap 1 was the only incidents we've really had, if I'm being totally honest with you. So Radius and Trady have got a new leader to battle with, and that is Mr. SLR Torpen. He is on the medium tyres. However, Trady and Radius still have to pit. Lighty doesn't have to pit. Jacob doesn't have to pit. Queeker, Drive, they don't have to pit. Welsh Jack doesn't have to pit. Radius and Trady are going to drop down the order massively. So is Cavis, to be honest with you as well. And Cavis, I thought he was coming into pit then. He is coming into pit. Cavis is into the pits there. Radius is going to take the lead back over him, Torpen. Torpen doesn't need to battle these guys, to be honest with you. He's battling Lighty, and Lighty is right behind him now as well. So Queeker is in between the IRT boys. IRT currently sat in P4 and P6. We might have an unexpected winner tonight, lads. We might have an unexpected winner. Torpen, Lighty, one of them could win this race. Down the inside, Mr. Trady goes on Radius. Very dangerous move, but it comes off very nicely for him. Looks like Cavis and Exotic change positions as well after they come into the pits. So back on board with Radius and Trady. They're going to come out P12, P13 around there. Bloody hell. I don't know if this has been a judgment of error or something, you know. But through Ascari, Radius and Trady go. Torpen right behind them. Apparently mediums won't go to the end, but I'm sure we're going to find out. Because Trady and Radius are surely going to come into the pits this lap. And you'd expect it to have a different winner today. The way it's going at the moment. Looks like Ched and Cavis switch positions. And there you go. In the pits they go, in unison, Trady and Radius. And we have a different leader in Torpen. I wonder if Lighty senses his opportunity to make AEC history in winning a race. He's had a few goes at it, to be honest. He's raced loads in AEC before, as Mr. Lighty. Don't believe he's ever won though. Mr. Ched setting the fastest lap of the race. So coming out the pits then, Cavis stays ahead of Ched. You've got Trady as well. Oh my god, Trady and Radius coming out wheel to wheel indeed. And Trady comes out second best there. Radius gets ahead of him. This has been good racing. Very close. I can't see anything other than one of these medium runners winning it from here. "17 laps apparently Worldwide reckons they can go." Well, they're going to have to go at over 20 it looks like. Well over 20. So we'll see how that goes for them. We'll get to leader for a little bit. Keep an eye on this. So ART 12 and 13. Exotic Planes trying it round the outside of Ascari. Jesus Christ, mate. Talk about having some balls there. Looks like the leader's changed, and it has changed. Lighty has got himself into P1. Torpen is into P2. The medium runners are going to be hanging on for dear life, Mr. Oakley says. It will be very interesting to see if these mediums can make it to the end of the race. Ched and Cavis. Somehow Ched is leading the way here out of these medium runners after disconnecting. How? Can anyone help me with that one? Ched, who disconnected, who dropped down to about P10. His AI then pit him, and he's currently ahead of all the other drivers that pit. I can't work that out. No, but he disconnected AEC. He disconnected. He was about 7 seconds behind them. I can't work that out. It wasn't an undercut. It wasn't an undercut. I don't know how he's done that. I'm absolutely confused. The AI's on 95, though, Dams. Look at Midzi. Where is he? There he is. Who's that dropping down the order? That's Alfie. Alfie! Going down the inside here. Yeah, Midzi is now 8 seconds behind the leaders. I have no idea how Ched is there. I'm so confused. I'm honestly so confused. He's been passed by KVS and Radius now, but he's ahead of Trady. I need to watch that back. I need to watch that back. I might have to ask Ched himself. I have no idea how he's done it. Anyway, back to the racing. Why did Lighty pit? Have I missed something here as well? Why did Lighty pit? He was leading the race, wasn't he? Oh, mate, I'm so confused. Torpin's pit as well. Jacob's pit. So they obviously don't think mediums can go to the end then. Queeker is leading the race here. And if Queeker comes into pit, Midzi is leading the race. After all that, Mr. Midzi, who was about 2 pit stops behind at one point, those mediums must have dropped off really quickly. They must be at 60% or something already. Bloody hell. What a race this has turned into. 8 laps to go. It must be because the mediums dropped off. But yeah, Mr. Midzi is chasing down Queeker, and Queeker on 14 lap old mediums. Ham is on 17 lap old mediums, to be fair. Radius is 17 seconds behind Queeker. Let's keep an eye on that one. As Trady going down the inside of Cavius into Ascari. He has got some balls, that kid, for doing that, let me tell you. But at the end of this, it looks like TTM might be extending their lead on FG, because they are currently sat P10 and P15. Olaf is into the pits. It looks like Queeker's going to be seeing this one out. Because you said that, Grumpy, what do you reckon my answer is going to be? Bunga boys battling each other? Surely not. Cool, blimey, what's going on here? Are they trying to cut off Trady? I think they were. They might have just lost a little bit of time in doing so. Yeah. The Bunga wants to... What is going on here? Laggy McGee or what? I hope it's not me. I don't think it is me. This has been a great race. I kind of like how the strategy's come into it, to be honest. I have no idea who's going to win it from here, because Midzi is not catching Queeker. The gap is growing, if anything, to be honest. It was at 8.7 and now it's at 9.2, 9.3, 9.4. What is going on here? Queeker? Who the fuck is Queeker? He might win the race anyway. Cavis is going to try and switch back in Ascari. A switchback in Ascari? Jesus Christ, what have I seen? What have I seen here? Mr. Lighty right up the arse of Cavis, and Cavis! Oh! That could be huge for the championship. Absolutely huge. Quaker comes into the pit for soft tyres. Midzi now leads the way of the race. Softs for Mr. Oh my goodness me. That could be fucking huge. Oh my god, they're going 3 wide, Welsh Jack. Well, oh, oh my goodness me. He's been turned into, like a turned into thing. Exotic Plains goes into P6. Welsh Jack being battered like a battering ram. Up the inside he goes. Exotic Plains now has Alfie up the inside. Alfie now got on the back of his teammate. And Welsh Jack here back for round 2. Welsh Jack round the outside of Exotic. Exotic! Once again, turning into him like a turning in thing. Welsh Jack and Exotic going wheel to wheel. Cool, blimey lads, I'm going to lose my voice. So, lap 21 of 27. And TTM are P1, P13. FG, P8, P12. Bunga, P3, P4. They're keeping it tidy at the top here. And it looks like Midzi is getting caught here. And he is getting caught at a rapid rate. And it will be a pretty miracle if Midzi probably even got a podium at this rate. The way that Radius, Ched and Trady are gunning him down, they're catching him by over a second a lap. So Mr. Midzi 23.6, Trady 21.4. 2 seconds quicker that lap Trady was. Cool blimey. So up the inside, Mr. Radius goes on Trady, and now Trady's in a Bunga sandwich. Can they catch Midzi? I'd assume they can. They've still got 6 laps to go here. So Midzi, he's out in the lead here. 17 lap old hard tyres. He just needs to bring the car home. It's not really much more he can do, to be honest. Radius, Trady, they're going to be catching him very quickly. And we might have a last lap shootout here. We generally might have a last lap shootout if it continues like this. Mr. Midzi needs to just save his ERS, I think, now. There's nothing he can do. He's just got to save his ERS for the opportunity that is probably going to come to him, where Radius and all them are going to be behind him. So, this is going to get spicy with a capital S. Absolutely spicy. Hello, Sean Keeper. Welcome in, son. Welcome in to the chat. Who is going to win this race? It is literally anyone's. Trady going up the inside of Radius. Midzi would love this. Midzi wants these drivers to battle it out and keep battling. It's going to be tough though, Partick, innit? It is going to be tough. The gap is now 4 seconds. They're catching him by a second a lap. It's going to be tough. I mean, it would be a really good miracle, in a way. Warning you, what are you on about, mate? Here we go then. This is going to get... It's going to get interesting. Trady, 4 seconds. Do you know what, lads? Do you know what? Fair play to them. No one has got a penalty today. Do you know, like a track limit penalty? That's one for the AECs. No one's ever done that before, let me tell you. There's never been a race like that. I know, it might have been yesterday actually, I don't know. Cave, it didn't look good, Oakley, I'm not going to lie. It didn't look good. The gap now, 3.5 seconds. Midzi might do this, lads, he might do it. Oh, it's going to be close. It is going to be close. Oh, it might be heartbreak for him. It genuinely might be heartbreak. Yellow flag.
Can't part there, sir. Can't part there.
Looks like Lighty and Drive battling here. Ham sets the fastest lap of the race. AMS have had a clean race, to be fair. P6, P7. And the gap is now almost under 3 seconds. And we've got just, what, 3.5 laps to go. He might do this. Midzi might do this, but they can see him now. Oh my God. This is going to get good, this. This is going to get really close to the end of the race. 3.2 seconds the gap. Lads, what do you reckon? Will Midzi hold on? Will he hold on? Yeah, Tez, and he did all them 3 stops before he got this tyre on as well. He did 3 stops before lap 5. I can't believe it. Midzi might do this, to be honest, boys. 2.5 seconds the gap. Oh my God. It is squeaky bum time at the TTM camp here. Trady going to go down the inside of Radius. Midzi would love to see this happening. Also down the inside, Shed goes as well. Oh my God, locks up into turn 1. Oh, there's carnage behind. Oh, blimey. So the gap, 2 seconds now. Less than 2 seconds. Oh, this is going to be heartbreak. This might be absolute heartbreak for Midzi. He's got just under 3 laps to hold on here. His tyres are like Michael Van Gerwen's head. That's how much grip is on him, lads. Not a lot. Not a lot. There is not a lot of grip on his tyres, and it is now 1.5 seconds. And he might have DRS on the last lap here. But look how close it is in behind. The top 6 are separated by 3 seconds. Oh my goodness me. The gap now 1.1. It looks like Trady is reeling in Midzi here. And Midzi has got no ERS left either. But they are not going to have DRS on this lap. So it's going to be a last lap shootout, it looks like, for the lead of the race. Anyone could win this. Radius and Shed switch positions. Trady is in... He's dialed in here to catch up to Midzi. He goes deep into turn 1 though. He does go deep into turn 1. He's opened the door for Radius. And Radius goes around the outside of him, it looks like. Radius round the outside of Trady. Mr. Midzi has now got a 1.3 lead. Surely Midzi will be holding on, but he's still got another lap to go, lads. He has still got another lap to go. Midzi has got, he's looking in his rear view mirror. And this could go either way on the last lap of the race. The lap is coming up and the gap is now 0.7. And Midzi, he is now he has got the white flag out here, lads. He is flagging here. He is flagging, and it's going to be heartbreak for him because he deserves the win here. He does deserve the win, but he's got a lap to go. Drive gets a penalty, and it looks like Midzi is now under pressure, and he is under a lot of pressure because he is now in P3, and the lead is in P4 now as well. Oh, Midzi, I feel for him. I feel for him, I do. I do. He's not even going to get a podium. I feel for him. I do. But we've got a race on our hands here. We've got a race on our hands on the way to turn 1. You've got Trady and Radius going wheel to wheel, and Trady looks like he's into P1. But is he? Because Lighty down the inside. Oh my goodness me. There's absolute car park city happening all over the place, and Radius now into P2. Trady into P1. You've got Drive back on board. You've got Shed into P5, but back on board with Radius and Trady because these two battling out for the lead, and Lighty from bloody nowhere. Lighty, surely he's not going to send it up the inside, and he doesn't send it up the inside, but Lighty's into P2 and he's tracking Trady, but Trady's escaped a little bit here. He's got a decent lead. He's 0.4 seconds ahead, and this could be it. Trady could be winning a race here. Shed will have Drive on penalties as it stands, but Radius and Lighty, have they got anything left in the tank to catch up to Trady? I would suggest they don't. But don't hold me to that, lads, because we've seen crazy things happen on the last lap of the race. Through Ascari, there you go. Shared penalty. That is going to be disastrous for Bunga. And it looks like Lighty has not got enough in the tank here to catch up to Trady. And Trady is surely going to win this race here. Through Parabolica, there you go. Yellow flag. And that is for Cavius. Cavius has dropped down after Ascari. Trady is going to win the race. Mr. Lighty in P2, Radius P3, Queeker gets P4. What a race that was, lads. What a race that was. Jesus Christ. That was some race, that. That was crazy. The top 7, all different teams. Wow. Fair play. That was a great race. So, classifications of the race there. Trady in P1, Light in P2, Radius P3, Queeker in 4, Torpen in 5, Alpha P6, Midzi in P7, 8 for Drive, Ched after picking... Do you know what? Ched would have been P4 without that penalty on the last lap. Drops him down to P9, Exotic Planes P10, FG in P12, P11 and P12, TTM P7 and P15. It's hard to say what's going to happen with the championship, to be honest, after that race. Not a lot. Exotic Planes will be leading the drivers, but in terms of the actual championship, the TTM will move ahead of FG by a little bit more. But apart from that, not a lot, to be honest. So yeah, that is the end of the race, lads. Bloody hell, that was good, that. I enjoyed that. And we'll catch you next week for round 9. Is it round 9 next week? Is it round 9 already? It is round 9. Oh yeah, next week, lads. Also, tune in. I'll let you decide. Do you want me to draw the tracks? Actually, no, I'll do it at the end of the race, because then you'll be waiting. Yeah, so at the end of the race next week for Tier 1, I will be doing a random wheel where I will draw 3 tracks out for the manager's race the week after. So get tuning in for the manager's race the week after during the break week. But the 3 tracks that I'll draw that you will vote on will be drawn after Portugal next week. So there you go. We'll catch you later, lads. Tune in. Adios.